The advice that I can give anyone is either a student or someone who wants to venture to being in the solar industry or solar environment or wants to have a career there, is that they must be confident and they must be ready to be go-getters. They must be ready to show themselves around the world, and they must know that whatever that you do, you must give it your all and never let yourself down.
As an individual, you must be passionate about what you want, and you must know the rules and regulations of working with electricity, and you must be mentally strong, and you must not be fearful.
That I would say to someone who wants to get into this industry, number one, you should learn as much as possible, do research, and connect with the people who have knowledge than you, and you're gonna grow as a person with this industry because it keeps on increasing yearly.
Always again and say no. You. Anyone who wants to enter this industry, what would it be?
The advice that I can give anyone is either a student or someone who wants to venture to being in the solar industry or solar environment or wants to have a career there, is that they must be confident and they must be ready to be go-getters. They must be ready to show themselves around the world, and they must know that whatever that you do, you must give it your all and never let yourself down.
As an individual, you must be passionate about what you want, and you must know the rules and regulations of working with electricity, and you must be mentally strong, and you must not be fearful.
That I would say to someone who wants to get into this industry, number one, you should learn as much as possible, do research, and connect with the people who have knowledge than you, and you're gonna grow as a person with this industry because it keeps on increasing yearly.
Anyone who wants to enter this industry, what would it be?
The advice that I can give anyone is either a student or someone who wants to venture to being in the solar industry or solar environment or wants to have a career there, is that they must be confident and they must be ready to be go-getters. They must be ready to show themselves around the world, and they must know that whatever that you do, you must give give it your all and never let yourself down.
As an individual, you must be passionate about what you want, and you must know the rules and regulations of working with electricity, and you must be mentally strong, and you must not be fearful when working with electrical vehicles.
That I would say to someone who wants to get into this industry, number one, you should learn as much as possible, do research, and connect with the people who have knowledge than you, and you're gonna grow as a person in this industry because it keeps on increasing yearly.
Anyone who wants to enter this industry, what would it be?
The advice that I can give anyone is either a student or someone who wants to venture to being in the solar industry or solar environment or wants to have a career there, is that they must be confident and they must be ready to be go-getters. They must be ready to show themselves around the world, and they must know that whatever that you do, you must give it your all and never let yourself down.
As an individual, you must be passionate about what you want, and you must know the rules and regulations of working with electricity, and you must be mentally strong, and you must not be fearful when working with electrical vehicles.
That I would say to someone who wants to get into this industry, number one, you should learn as much as possible, do research, and connect with the people who have knowledge than you, and you're gonna grow as a person in this industry because it keeps on increasing yearly.
Hi, everyone. Hi, everyone. If you can hear me, please just let me know. Just throw a thumbs up. All right, good. How's everyone doing? I hope everyone's okay. Hope everyone's good. Welcome to the Stand Out to Potential Employers webinar session that we have today. We're so excited to be sharing insights with everyone. So just a quick brief before we jump into it. Nepoworx, in partnership with Journey2Green, have hosted this webinar dedicated to assisting young professionals like yourself within the renewable energy space become more employable and stand out to potential employers. So just to give you like a brief overview of what to expect today, we'll first be getting an introduction of both organization and the partnership, and this will be done by our Nepoworx CEO, Nonjabulo Sokela. And secondly, we will be going through the introduction of the purpose of the webinar, which will be done by Koketso Pala, who is the head of marketing and communications at Nepoworx. And then I will be doing the icebreaker. I'm sorry, I didn't introduce myself. My name is Sibisisiwe Ngama. I am the digital marketing associate at Nepoworx. And then, of course, the main occasion, we are going to be having a little session with George Lebese, head of operations and maintenance at Journey2Green. Right. So, throughout the session, there will be a Q&A session in between. So if you have any questions, you can either raise your hand or you can essentially like type it in the chat and the team will respond to the questions that they can respond to. And if it's more, on the techie side, then we'll have a break in between where George will answer the question for you. Yeah, so let us get started. First up, I would like to introduce Nonjabulo Sokela, the Nepoworx CEO, who will be taking us through this initiative and partnership.
Okay, welcome everyone, and thank you for joining the webinar. And we're very much glad that everyone is here. So as Busisiwe has mentioned, I'm the CEO and co-founder of Nepoworx. And besides being the CEO of Nepoworx, of course, I wear other hats as well. I am part of the NBI Just Energy Transition Working Group, as well as part of the Startup 20 and the Youth 20, which falls under the G20. But besides that, I obviously wear other hats as well. But going into who Nepoworx is, so Nepoworx is a socio-economic transformation organization whereby we obviously upskill and reskill young people as well as professionals as well as SMMEs. And essentially what we want to do is to ensure that young people are equipped with the necessary skills that they require to form part of the just energy transition. We also want to make sure that small businesses are able to form part of the value chain holistically. And lastly, we want the people that are already within the industry to be promoted to various positions within their organization. So our journey with, and excuse the pun, with Journey2Green is not that long, but we basically started our partnership through an internship where some of the young people that went through our training then were placed with Journey2Green. And we obviously are looking at onboarding more organizations that are like-minded, like Journey2Green. I think I'll let George share a bit more in terms of what Journey2Green does. But in the long and short of it's obviously a partnership that we treasure quite deeply, simply because it's like-minded organizations that are passionate about ensuring that young people form part of installations as well, not just from a CNI perspective, but obviously looking at the utility scale as well. So some of the young people that have obviously been trained and capacitated were placed with Journey2Green and now have officially are now actually full-time employees at Journey2Green, which we're quite excited about. And we obviously looking at doing more of these types of partnerships for other young people. And all I can say is we thank you, Journey2Green, for having this webinar. Thank you, George, and obviously thank you to Colette, as well as other parties. And thank you to the audience that decided to tune in and learn a bit more in terms of how can you stand out as a young person, as a professional, as well as a small business. And all I can say from my side is that please do enjoy the webinar, ask a lot of questions. We will try to give as much answers to you in return. And thank you from my side.
Thank you, Nonjabulo. Yeah, so we can swiftly move along and hopefully, things are going to get interesting. So I would like to welcome us the marketing team. First, starting off with Koketso Pala, who will be taking us through the purpose of this webinar.
Thank you, Susie. Hi, everyone. I hope you can see me. Koketso Pala, Susie has already introduced. And I think I'm just here to obviously reiterate the reason why we're here, but also, as Nonjabule has already quite mentioned, in terms of this partnership and the work that we're doing, the purpose of this webinar is to equip you guys, because we know that obviously you guys are looking for jobs and, you keep trying, you keep applying with no avail. So we want to just make sure that you guys have a better footing and have a foot in the right place, or a first foot forward in terms of making sure that you apply and you make it and you get a job, but also you maintain the job that you get. And so that's why we obviously here, George will provide practical tools, knowledge, as well as obviously instilling confidence in you guys, making sure that you are employable and you stand out, as I mentioned. So throughout the sessions, we aim to focus on the following points, which is amplifying in terms of what recruiters and employers in the green economy are looking for. George will offer guidance in terms of CV writing, interview preparation, as well as professional presentation. We'll also share insights into technical knowledge and industry expectations that matter. That's what George will also focus on. And then obviously empower some of you guys, or most of you guys, in terms of continuous upskilling, networking, and career growth. And yeah, so that's what you can expect. We really do take this partnership with Journey2Green quite importantly, and we do want to bridge the gap between obviously that passion and profession that you guys have, but make sure that you guys are equipped and are ready for meaningful opportunities within the spaces. So yeah, welcome, and thank you for joining us and for making your time. I'll hand over back to Susie.
Okay, all right. Again, I feel like this is going to be a very fun and insightful session. Just before we rope in the main person, I just wanna just a quick thumbs up. Just let me know, how confident are you when it comes to entering like the corporate space? So if you're very confident right now, just I want to see thumbs up. All right, okay. I see them. And hopefully by the end of the session, there'll be a lot more thumbs. I want to see everyone's thumbs up by the end of the session. So without further ado, I would like for us to have George Lebese, the head of operations and maintenance from Journey2Green, to start the session. And hopefully we all have questions and we engage and have fun. So I'm going to stop sharing my screen and give the floor to George.
Hi everyone, welcome to the webinar. I will quickly share my screen. Can everyone see my screen? Okay, perfect. So yeah, okay, so this is the agenda for the webinar. I will start with acknowledgements, then move to introduction, where I will introduce myself and also tell you a little bit about Journey2Green. Then I will let everyone know about opportunities that can be found within renewable energy space, specifically into solar. Then I will quickly share tips on how to draft a CV that can land you a job, and also share some tips on how to stand out to your employer. And then I will share mentorship tips and also give at least 3 candidates that are willing to be mentored by me. I'm available for that. Then lastly, I'll be closing with the presentation. So yeah, I just wanna say thank you to Nepo marketing and communication team. You guys have done a brilliant job in putting this webinar together. And without you guys, I don't think this was gonna be possible. So the work that you've put in to organize this, it's much appreciated. Thank you, Koketo, and thank you, Usi Siwe. Also, Njabule Sokela, thank you for putting Nepo together. Without you, I don't think we will be here doing this webinar. It was your effort and your dedication to make sure that Nepo achieve its objectives, helping the youth out there to be employable, giving them experience and so forth. So your hard work is much appreciated. And also Colette Vessels, the executive manager at Journey2Green. You've been great. Your partnership with Nepo yielded good results. We've appointed 6 interns from Nepo, and that was because you took that initiative to partner with Nepo. So now we are enjoying the results of appointing Nepo interns. You've done a brilliant job within Journey2Green, and as a woman, I really appreciate and acknowledge the work that you do. So from my side, if I can share with everyone, I'm an advocate for women. I really appreciate women. I was raised by a single parent, and I really support women. I have a beautiful fiance. I keep telling her that she can do better. I push her every day. So whenever I see women doing great things out there, I become proud. I don't want to lie. I'm very motivated when I see women doing big things. Women are capable if they are given chance to prove themselves. Actually, they don't even have to prove themselves, because if we start talking about that, it means that in whatever they do, they must always prove themselves, and that is totally wrong. I believe women can do better if they are given equal opportunities that are also given to men. So, and I've seen results within Journey2Green where we have women that have done brilliant jobs, and they don't have to be reminded of things that they need to do and all that. They just keep pushing. So yeah, and in front of you, you can see that it's only women. So this speaks volumes. So yeah, I'm very proud of women. So I think everyone knows who I am by now, but I will just introduce myself. My name is George Lebese. I'm the head of operations and maintenance at Journey2Green. I'm an engineer by profession. I have honors degree from VETS. I studied electrical engineering. I'm registered with EXA as a professional engineer, and I have 11 years of experience in the electrical engineering field. And my expertise lies in maintenance, design, and engineering management. So if I can give you a history of where I started with my career, I graduated in 2013 from VETS. Then I joined Transnet Engineering. I started there as a maintenance engineer, then moved to design office where I was a design engineer, then got promoted to being a product and project engineer. still within Transnet Engineering between 2019 and 2021. Then I decided to leave because at that time I saw a gap and also an opportunity in renewable energy space. Then I did some consultation work for renewable energy projects from 2021 to 2023. Then I joined Journey2Green in 2023. I started as sales and solutions engineer. Then 2024 to 2025, I was still in sales and assumed the responsibility of being a project engineer. Then 2025, I was appointed as head of operations and maintenance. So yeah, this is my career milestones. Okay, so if I can give you background about Journey2Green, Journey2Green was established in 2019. So basically around this year, it was more on consultancy business. Then fast forward that, it then moved to being an EPC. EPC stands for Engineering, Procurement, and Construction. Then between 2022 and 2023, then it moved to be a fully integrated business where now the company started installing BESS and also offering O&M services to their clients. Right now, Journey2Green will be the first company in South Africa to install one of the biggest solar plant in South Africa. If I can give you the system size, it's 132 megawatt peak, and BESS, it's around 600 megawatt hour. So if you work for Journey2Green, I mean, you would be very proud of this because it's only Journey2Green that had achieved this milestone. My navigation, it's not smooth. I'm not sure what's happening. Okay, so if I can share with you guys the projects that we did here at Journey2Green. Right in front of you, it's Pine Slopes. It's based in Gauteng. We did an installation at one of the shopping centers. It's called Pine Slopes. As you can see, the entire roof, it's filled with solar panels. It's a big system. It's 658 kilowatt peak. Okay, apologies. I think my mouse, it's not working properly because I'm trying to navigate and it doesn't work properly. Here we go again. Okay, yeah, I'll just use my keypad instead. So yeah, this is 4 ways. It's based in Gauteng. As you can see, we have 3 to 6.6 kilowatt of PV system. And this one is Panslope. I think I've discussed this one already. And we have Uklogwa. This is in Limpopo. I'm not sure if any one of you knows Buklogwa, but one thing I can mention about Journey2Green is that we are everywhere. We don't just do projects in Gauteng. We do projects in all the provinces. And this is one of the shopping center that we did our installation. It's in Buklogwa, Limpopo. This is Lephalale as well, the shopping center in Lephalale. We did the installation. Lanseria, we also do solutions for garages in South Africa. This is Shell Garage in Lanseria. Namahale Shopping Center in Limpopo. This is 1 megawatt peak system. It's very big. This is Tabazimbi. We did the installation there as well. This is a grid-tied system. I think most of you are familiar with the word grid-tied system or hybrid system. So yeah, the Tabazimbi installation, it's a grid-tied system. And this is Chilamba in Venda. We did the installation there as well. And we also did installation at Southend Hospital, one of the complex projects that I had to run within Journey2Green. But yeah, eventually we did manage to pull it through. And this is another one in Free State, Colonia. This is a private school in PTA. We also do installation at private schools. This is one of our installation, looks very clean. And we also do installation at lodges. This is in Pumalanga, Safari Lodge, and also Rock Lodge. We did BESS and PV installation there. This is more pictures, as you can see. And we also do residential estates where we put ESS, energy storage system. So in this setup, we don't have PV, we just have battery. And battery is just there for backup and also for energy arbitrage. So yeah, renewable energy, solar career opportunities. I think most of you, when you hear people talk about renewable energy, or maybe the training that you guys attend, you just think that, okay, after you're done with training, you're just gonna become an installer. That's not true, because in the solar renewable energy space, I'm focusing on solar. Renewable energy is very broad. I think I can spend the whole day talking about renewable energy, because we also have wind, biomass, and all that. So today we're just gonna focus on solar as renewable energy. So within solar, there are plenty of opportunities that you can divert to. So I've created a table showing different departments that might interest you. We have sales. Believe me or not, you can be in sales team if you are very good at selling products or marketing and all that. You can find a job within a sales team. So what are you gonna be doing there? Basically, you'll be preparing proposals and liaising with clients in terms of understanding their requirements, and you'll be working closely with the engineering team to make sure that the solution that is proposed to the client is a viable one. So you don't need a degree to work in the sales team. I think you just need that skill, communication skill, the math skill, because you need to work on Excel spreadsheets. So you need that skill. You need communication skill, Excel skill, and that personality where you can engage with clients very well. Very well. So yeah, another opportunity is within engineering. Engineering, you can basically be a solutions engineer. Obviously, for you to be in this position, you need to have a degree. Doesn't matter which university you come from. And still within engineering, you can also become a project engineer. You also need a degree, or you can be a draftsman. You don't need a degree, you just need your N certificates. Basically, you'll be doing drawings, layouts, and so forth. So as a draftsman, you'll be working under engineers, working together as a team. So this is office-based work, okay? there will be times when you have to go to site to do inspections and all that. But 90% of your time you are in the office. Okay, so you can apply for being a draftsman, solutions engineer, and all that. Obviously, if you meet the requirements. So as a draftsman, if I can highlight, you'll be using tools like AutoCAD and Heloscope and other simulation softwares, you know. So yeah, and if you are someone who is interested in managing projects, you can find yourself within project management department, being appointed as a project coordinator or a project manager. Project coordinator, you don't actually need a qualification from project management side of things, but as long as you can manage projects and you have experience or you have proof that you've been working on certain projects where you were responsible for managing and coordinating the projects, I think you can lend yourself a job within project management office. But as a project manager, you do need a qualification, a certification, or a diploma in project management. And also, if you are that person who likes being to sites, I think you can find yourself being an installer, site supervisor, or site manager. So basically 90% of your time you are at the site because you are doing the installation. So as an installer, you even if you don't have a green card, you can still do some installation, but obviously within the team there must be someone who has a green card. So when you're an installer, there are levels to it. You know, you can be a beginner where you are still learning and so forth, or you are like an experienced installer. You can have a green card as an installer, and you can also be a supervisor at the site. Supervisor obviously is for people who are more experienced. Probably they have a green card. Even if you don't have a green card, you can still be a site supervisor as long as you have experience and the knowledge. A site manager, you can be a site manager without a green card. If you have experience, you can be a site manager. And obviously, the projects, the projects, if they are big, obviously you will have more teams on site. That's where you will find a project manager, a site manager on site. But if a project is very small, you don't need a site manager on site. A supervisor is adequate to be on site. So yeah, it's project dependent in terms of the size. The bigger the project, the more people you find on site. You can find site manager, site supervisor on site on the same project. But if a project is small, site supervisor is enough to lead the installation team. Then if you like doing maintenance work, then there are opportunities as well. You can be a technician. Obviously, we know that for you to be a technician, you need advanced diploma or something like that, and also an electrician with three-phase wireman's license, because at some point you will be requested to issue a CUC. So again, under operation and maintenance, you also have data analysts. So basically, data analysts, what they do, they analyze the data and give reports to the client and show them how the system performed in a month or in a year. if the data analyst had to do an annual report. So there, the skill that you need to be very good at analyzing data using Excel spreadsheet and so forth. So yeah, I hope this opens everyone's eyes to see that within renewable energy space, it's not just about installation. There are plenty of opportunities that you can go for. Okay. Okay, I think I'll take questions after. So now, how do you structure your CV? Okay, so obviously your CV should contain at least 6 items. The first one is your personal information. Then you should have like a professional summary. It should be short and tailored. I'll explain what do I mean by saying short and tailored. Then you should highlight your skills, soft skills and hard skills. Then have your educational and certifications. Your educational background is very important, and if you have certifications, you need to put that into your CV as well. Work experience, even if you've done some volunteering work or internship projects, you should put it in your CV. Then the last part is the references. So tips that I can give is that your CV should be between 1 to 2 pages, and use action verbs and results, e.g., I installed solar PV system, I improved the energy yield for the system, you know. So action verbs are very important. And the third tip that I can give is that you need to highlight technical and soft skills, e.g., teamwork is very important because when you work within a project, you need to be able to work with your teammates. It's very important. And communication as well, it's very important. You need to communicate as an employee. And attention to detail, this industry, it's very sensitive. And if you don't pay attention to detail, then you're not gonna survive. And you should be able to mention it on your CV that you do pay attention to detail, because employers are looking for people like that. And also tailor it for the specific job or internship. So if you are applying for being an installer, you just need to focus on the jobs that you've done for installation. Don't touch on other projects that are irrelevant, because your HR or potential employer, they will just keep your CV because what they are reading, it's not relevant. So if you see a post and the post it's asking for a data analyst, and you talk about installing panels and all that, you're not going to cut it. So you just need to focus on what they are looking for. Okay. So common mistakes that people make on CVs is that they don't proofread their CVs. You'll find that there are spelling and grammar errors and unprofessional email addresses. You should be careful what email you use. So also irrelevant information like hobbies, like someone saying, I like watching TV. I mean, that is a no-no. You shouldn't be saying such on a CV. So this is an example of a bad CV. And on the right-hand side, I did highlight why is it a bad one. Okay, let's just go through it. On the left-hand side, So this is just a random name and a random cell phone number. Please don't call this guy. It's just a random name and a random number. So yeah, we have the name, phone number, email, address, date of birth, marital status, gender, hobbies, objective, education, experience, skills, references. So you can see there on hobbies, he's saying watching TV, listening to music. I mean, no HR person or employer will take you serious if you just mention those things as your hobbies. And also on your objective, I'm looking for any job. So it looks like this person is desperate. If you say you are looking for any job, it's like you are desperate and you just apply to any position that you see. It means that you're giving HR or potential employer an idea that you are actually lying even on the experience side, because you're just looking for any job, wherever position you see open, you just apply. So yeah, this is bad. You shouldn't be doing this. And obviously, Mokoena continue and say, I work hard and I want to learn more. Then education metric did a short course in solar. So no mentioning of that course, so this is not good. Experience, worked with my uncle on solar projects, sometimes help install panels in Rustenburg, did some wiring. This is bad, this is bad, this is bad. Skills, good with hands, can use tools, hardworking, reference, will give on request. So yeah, this is a bad CV because it lacks structure and professionalism. And the objective is very vague and generic. There is no detail on actual solar experience and includes irrelevant personal information like date of birth, marital status, hobbies. If your employer wants this information, they will ask for this information. For example, maybe during an interview, they'll ask you, are you married? Not, you don't put that on the CV. They will ask you during an interview if you are married and so forth. And the reason why employers like asking this question, if you are married or not, they just want to see your commitment. How commitment are you? Because if you are married, and the position that you're applying for requires you to go to sites or maybe go to our neighboring countries often, it means that most of the time you won't be home and all that. So there's a reason why they ask you if you are married or not. So, but don't put it on the CV. That question will come up in the interview, okay? And again, on the address, you don't have to give your true address. Just give a street name. Don't put your house number and everything for security reasons. You just give an address and say, I stay in what street, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, don't give your house number and all that. So at least this one is a better CV. This is still Tabiso Mokoena, okay? We have contact numbers there, the email address, the location, Polokwane, Limpopo, and aspiring solar PV installer. So by looking at this, you can see that this person is energetic. Like they really wanna get to this renewable energy space, aspiring solar PV installer. So you can tell that this person has energy and 1 year hands-on experience. Hands-on experience. It's very important that you highlight that. So in your professional summary, if I can read it out, motivated, safety conscious, solar PV installer with 1 year of hands-on experience supporting residential and small commercial solar installation, skilled in mounting panels, basic DC wiring, and assisting qualified electricians on site, eager to grow in the renewable energy sector and contribute to clean energy solutions in South Africa. So you can see that this person is passionate. She's not just applying for this. I mean, he's not just applying for this position. This person is motivated as well. Then skills, panel mounting, roof and ground mount system, basic DC AC cabling and trunking, use of multimeter and hand tools, reading basic SLD diagrams, site safety awareness and PPE compliance, teamwork and communication. So with experience, you can see that you break it down. You use action verbs. Assisted with installation of over 10 residential and 2 commercial PV systems. This is very key. And also mounted. It means that you have done these things and you have done them well. Mounted panels, connected strings under supervision and assisted in inverter placement. Maintained a clean and safe job site, handling tools and materials. Learned to use a multimeter and troubleshoot string voltage issues. Supported client handover process with basic system orientation. On the education and training, metric certificate, you also specify where you did your metric and also certification, what certification you got. I just saw something flashing up. I hope I'm still... Okay, let me continue. Then references, you always say available upon request. So the other one, how to stand out to your employer. So now you send your CV to your HR or your potential employer. You went to interviews. Now you got the job. 1 month later, because now you got the job, you're starting to pull your legs. You don't care anymore. Like, I got the job, so why should I be worried? You're not even giving effort into your work. You are slacking basically, or you just do what you're asked to do. There's no effort in your work. So this will put you in an awkward position, because management, they do reviews of their staff, let's say 3 months, 6 months, or yearly. So if you're not showing any improvement, or you're not going extra mile, you must know that you might be laid off, because you're not adding any value to your job. Okay. And I'm talking about this on a private sector. Maybe in a public sector, things are different. And I'm saying things because I've worked in the public sector. You have unions there. Yeah, to lay off someone, it's not that easy, because there's a long process that you need to follow. But in a private sector, it's not like that. If someone is not performing, then why should you keep them in the company? So, like I'm saying, you got the job, but now you're not making any efforts. You're not showing interest. You just do your bare minimum, and that's all. When management sit to review the employees, you might be the next person leaving, because you're not adding value. So management keeps looking for those people who are doing extra in their jobs. Okay, so I'll just share a few of those things that management is looking for. So the first one is being reliable and punctual. So coming to work early consistently is very important, and meeting your deadlines, even on small jobs, it's very important. So you might think that your manager is not keeping track of these small things, but they do, you know. The second one, be willing to learn, okay? So when you ask questions, it's because you don't know something. And when you ask, you will be given an answer. Someone will explain to you that, okay, this is how things work, you know. And you need to take ownership of learning new tools or tech in the company. So you must not just come to work and do your 8 to 5 job, you know. Sometimes you need to do some research to find out what's the latest out there, because renewable energy it's a space that keeps changing every day. There's new technologies that are brought into the space every day. So doing research, finding out, okay, what is the latest panel in the market? What is the latest inverter in the market? Will give you knowledge and information to share with the team. And if you share that with your management, I mean, it's an indication that this employee, it's going extra steps. You know, they are not just doing their normal duties. They go beyond that. Talking about going beyond, the other point here is to go beyond your job description, okay? So you can help colleagues when your work is done. You suggest improvements, you know, where you think things can be improved, you make those suggestions. And you also volunteer for extra responsibilities when appropriate. So you find that some employees, they will be telling you that, no, I can't do this because this is not my job description, or it's above my pay grade. I mean, if that was the case, how do we get people who are top achievers in a month or in a year? Top achievers are people who went extra mile. They did things outside their job description. And these people, they never complain. They are always working hard, putting in extra hours. And one thing I want to share with you guys is that, okay, someone just walked in. What is my meeting? Okay. So, yeah, it looks like they're going to use the room now. I'll just quickly wrap up. So, yeah, so where was I? Okay, go beyond your job description. Yeah, so you need to put, yeah. So you need to put extra effort in your work. Okay, so yeah, apologies. People are coming through. They want to use the boardroom, so I'll just rush through the presentation right now. Communicate professionally. So update your supervisor on progress without being asked. So don't wait for your manager or your supervisor to come to you and ask you what's the update on the project that I've given to you, you know. So the last part, mentorship. So mentorship is very important because you need someone to guide you in your career, okay, so that you can navigate your career path, you know, without hassles. In the renewable energy industry, mentorship can open doors to real world insights, and you can get career advice, job or internship referrals. And you can also boost your confidence and motivation. And in mentorship, you can be assisted to register with EXA. So like I mentioned in the beginning, I'm available for mentorship. I can only take 3 candidates. The first one, electrical engineer from any university. The second one, any technician with advanced diploma from any University of Technology. And the last one, electrician who wish to get 3-phase wireman's license. So yeah, anyone who's interested to be mentored. So obviously mentoring means that as an electrical engineer, you have to register as a professional engineer. So I will help you in terms of putting the report together and so forth. Same applies to a technician because you can register as a PR tech. As an electrician, you need to eventually get your three-phase wireman's license. I can assist you with that as well. I know there are training that you need to attend, there's payments that you need to make, blah, blah, blah. I can assist you with those. So I'll be taking 3 candidates. So if you are interested, just communicate with Koketso. Then Koketso will connect us. So apologies from my side. The Q&A, it looks like they want to use the boardroom and it's already 2 o'clock. Maybe I can move to another boardroom and continue from there.
Yeah, hi George. Yeah, if it's possible, I see Pusha has a hand. If you can put off your camera and then move to another boardroom. If the guys can hold on also for a bit, and then we'll just take about 3 to 4 questions. So while you move, I'll just tell them about the mentorship and how we're gonna go about it.
Perfect.
All right. Okay. Thanks. You can just unmute. Unmute and put your camera off. Right. Hi guys. So with regards to the mentorship, what we're going to do is that following this session, we will send you guys a survey that you guys will have to fill. We'll obviously have a few questions there, and then from there on, we'll share with George to obviously pick those who qualify. So that survey will have also other additional questions that we do have. But I think this is a really great opportunity. We do have some of our interns that work at Journey2Green on the line, and we thank them for joining us. I see Tenjue, I saw Liseho earlier as well. So thank you for joining us. So this is a great opportunity. If you do see some of the work we've done and also the video we shared in the beginning, they're already working there. These are some of the people that have really done well for themselves. So I see Portia's hand. If you do have a question, so if you don't want to obviously come to the mic, you can put it in the chat. For the ones that are in the chat, we'll obviously get George to answer you quickly while on the line. But if you do want to speak, you can raise your hand. We'll take about 3 to 4 people once George is set. And I see Portia's hand is raised. Also, if you guys don't mind, once we are done with the Q&A, we would like to do like a screenshot of your faces. So if you can put your cameras on, we'll allow for cameras to be on. But I'm just giving you guys a heads up in case you are joining and you are not ready, just get ready. We would like to put cameras on, but only at the end.
Hello, can you guys hear me?
Right, I see Pusha's hand is up, George. Are you ready for the Q&A? Should we put them up?
Yeah, I'm ready for those questions. Okay, Sibusisiwe.
George, can
Yes,
you hear
George.
us?
Yeah, so how are we gonna do this? So I have to read the comments, ne? Or
So I don't know if you could hear me earlier. Can you hear me? So the first question, so we'll read the question out for you and then you can answer.
Oh, okay,
Yes.
perfect.
So the first question is from Kenny Kambo, and he was asking, what are some of the biggest challenges that you came across during some of the installations that you showed in the beginning of the presentation?
Okay, that's a very good question. And trust me, each and every installation has its own challenges. And the challenges are very broad. You get challenges from procurement, you get challenges from engineering, you get challenges from the installation team. You know, if I can give you an example with procurement, you find that on the project plan, you are expecting material to arrive, let's say, on Monday, and then the material arrives a week later, and that has a financial implication, you know. And if the material hasn't arrived on site, it means that you need to pay the team for being there on site. Whether they are doing something or not, you need to pay them, you know. Like I said, from procurement point of view, you do get this type of challenges, you know. And from engineering side, you find that the drawings, they don't match up to or what is actually on the ground. You find that some of the drawings, the measurements are not corresponding, you know. So now the team on site needs to make a plan and then update the engineering team to update the drawings, you know. And the other one is on the on the commissioning side of things. When you're about to commission the system and things are not going according to plan, the system is tripping, it's not doing what it's supposed to do, you know, you need to call in the vendors. The vendors I'm referring to the OEMs, original equipment manufacturer, to come on site and address the issue, because we all know that these products that we're using, they are all from China. Well, 90% of them. So it's not like the engineers here in South Africa, they know these systems 100%. So when you come across challenges where things are not working, you need the OEMs to come on site and resolve some of the issues. And some of the issues are on the software side. You find that the software was never updated, so the Chinese guys need to come on site and update the software. So there are a variety of challenges on each and every project, but there's always challenges on site, and sometimes you learn of new challenges. You know, it's not always the same. I'm not sure if I've answered your question correctly there.
Kenny, you hit us with a thumbs up to show if you answered, and then if you have more questions, you can still drop them in the chat or in the chat box. The next question came from sorry, I'm just double checking. Wait. It came from Kate Levisi, and the question was, what do they need to do to win a maintenance project in terms of cleaning solar panels for big companies and hospitals?
Repeat that again.
So Kate is asking, what does she need to do to get maintenance projects in terms of, so she wants to clean solar panels at hospitals and other companies. So she's asking, how does she go about that?
No, this is very, 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 very interesting. And actually, from my side, I'm looking to partner with external companies to do cleaning for us, you know. Please share my email with her, because I am currently looking for companies that I want to partner with so that they can do our maintenance. So we have so many projects we can't keep up, so we want to outsource that to external companies. Please give her my email, then we will take it further.
All right, okay, we'll do that. But Kate, you do have both my number and my work email address. So I think if you can also drop your proposal portfolio as well, that we can share with George, that would be great.
Yeah, also, if I can share this, networking is very important. LinkedIn is very important. So you go to LinkedIn, you just check maybe for O&M manager or head of engineering, something like that. You send them a message. You say you have a company that does the cleaning of solar panels and so forth. You would like to arrange a meeting with them and all that. Send that message. Trust me, someone will eventually respond to your text. And if they don't respond, don't quit. Make a follow up. You know what I'm saying? You will eventually get the response that you're looking for.
Yeah. Great. Kate, I hope you answered. But as you heard, you can also send your stuff to us. You have our contact details. The next one is from Cynthia Nolizwi, and the question is, what is the largest single problem facing your staff right now? So currently, what are the challenges that you have with your staff, and if any, how do you resolve them?
Okay, so the challenge that I have with my staff, I'm trying to bring in the youth, the young ones, because they have fresh minds, you know, they are energetic and all that. I always encourage them to come up with innovations, to come up with ideas, you know. And we live in a world that is driven by technology these days. You know, AI, it's the in thing. You can't run away from that. I always encourage them to come up with innovations. You know, I even put up a prize to say in a month, if you come up with an innovation, this is how much this is how much you're gonna be rewarded. So the challenge that I'm facing right now is that it looks like I'm talking alone. These youngsters, they don't want to come up with innovations. I'm the one coming up with the innovation and giving it to them to implement it. You know, I would love them to always come to me and say, George, I have this idea. How about we do this like that? You know what I'm saying? But for now, it's the other way around. But I'm hoping that maybe that will change soon. But my wish is to see these youngsters always coming up with ideas, you know, presenting them to me, you know, and so forth. And this is one thing that I think I left out in my presentation, that you must be energetic at work. You must always come up with innovations. Try to come up with suggestions where you can improve on things, you know. So don't wait for your manager to come to you and give you a job. Always be active, you know, be one step ahead. So yeah, so the challenge that I'm currently sitting with my team is that they don't want to come up with innovations. I have to initiate those innovations, and I would love for them to be the ones, you know, initiating these innovations. And to solve that, or to try to address that, I tell them in my meetings that, guys, please come up with innovations, you know, come up with innovations. Don't come to work and say, now you're doing your 8 to 5 job. Be extra, be extra. So yeah, that's what I'm trying to encourage.
Thank you, George. Sorry to disturb. I thought we were muted. I hope Cynthia got her answer. Cynthia, I see you have two more questions. I'm going to give other kids a chance. I'm going to give Bongi Musa a chance before I go back to both you and Kenny, because you've asked before. Bongi Musa, George is asking that they are a candidate. They're registered as a candidate in the engineering technician with ECSA. So do they have to pay for mentorship? I'm not sure mentorship in what, or mentorship for what.
Okay, so no. Okay, wait. I think I can see the question here.
Yeah. If this is regarding solar, in terms of becoming
So yeah, the answer is yes. So when you register as a candidate engineer or as a candidate technician, you need to pay an annual fee. So you need to pay that fee every year, unfortunately. So you need to pay for it. And if you don't pay for it, you will see that on your statement, it accumulates, you know. And by the time you are ready to register as a professional technician or professional engineer, you'll have to pay that debt. So it's very important that you pay your membership fees. But what you can do, if you are not working, you can write to EXA and tell them that you are not working, so you can't be expected to pay, and they might waiver those membership fees for you. But if you are working, you need to pay the mentorship fees. Membership, not mentorship. Sorry.
Thank you, George. The next one was from, I saw it now, from Kenny, asking how to apply for vacancies at Journey2Green. So Kenny, you'd have to check the Journey2Green website, I think, but George can give more insight through that.
Yeah, so whenever there are positions open within Journey2Green, you can follow our Journey2Green page on LinkedIn. So any position that is open, it will be advertised there. Okay.
Yeah.
So, and if there is any interns that we want, I think the relationship between Colette and Nonjabulo, it's very good. I would assume that if we want interns, we would get them directly from Nepo. So the positions that I've seen advertised, we recently posted a position for electrical engineer, but more on the senior side. So yeah. So long story short, when there are vacant positions within Journey2Green, we do advertise them on LinkedIn.
All right, okay. I think we're gonna take about 2 more questions and then we will wrap it up. I think by 2:30 we'll be able to wrap it up. The next question was from Tenjiwe, and she was asking, what are the common mistakes or challenges that you've seen in installations that I think she should be aware of or learn from?
Okay, so I think the common mistakes in installation teams is not doing things the right way. I don't know if it's lack of experience or or it's people being ignorant or people not taking pride in their jobs. I don't know. It could be one of them. But poor quality when it comes to installation, we've seen that a lot. And you would find that some mistakes you see on site. You can see that here people were not people were not serious about their job. They were just rushing and they were not paying attention to details. You know, they were rushing and so forth. So, and that normally comes back and bite us because it costs us a lot. I mean, let's say we sign off a site with mistakes, and now the client says, guys, you didn't do 1, 2, 3 right. We have to go back and fix those mistakes. So when we go back, it's gonna cost us because now we need to arrange for transport, labor, and all these things. So it costs us a lot. Though the small mistakes that the installation team make on site, they eventually cost us. And those mistakes, I would say like I said in the beginning, it's because sometimes maybe people don't care about their jobs, they don't pay attention, or maybe they don't know how to do certain things. But I believe that if you don't know how to do something, you ask and you get the answer. So yeah, we are within Journey2Green. We are working on that. We're working so hard to make sure that our quality of job is of high standard.
All right, thank you so much, George. I think the last question that I will take came from Cynthia, asking what does an ideal candidate look like for a PV installation position?
Okay. Okay, so I'll answer this very broadly, and I don't want to lie to our youth. I just need to be honest with them. I think I did present to you guys different career opportunities within renewable energy space, right? I think there's sales, engineering, construction, O&M, you know. So just think of this logically, right? Most ECPs, most companies are busy doing installations, right? Eventually, we're gonna run out, meaning there won't be any new projects because all all the sites, there's installations already. So the question is, what's next? What's gonna happen? So the next big thing, it's operations and maintenance. These systems, they need to be maintained. Within Journey2Green, we've conducted a research. We found that most of these systems are not maintained at all, and we are capitalizing on that. So we have a new division within Journey2Green that focuses on solar plant renewal. So we basically go to sites, assess an existing site, and point out things that needs to be corrected and so forth, and take over the site with SLA agreement in place. So we are maintaining these sites, okay? So installers in future, installers, let's say in the next 5 to 10 years, I think the demand will drop. But if you look at the O&M personnel, then the demand will increase because more of O&M skills will be needed and so forth. So I don't want people to focus on installation. And the sad truth is that some of the companies, what they do is they only get one skilled person with a PV green card, okay? They get one skilled person with a PV green card, and let's say they go to builders, you see the guys who are standing on the streets, they go there, they get 5 of them. So you find that on site, there is one person with PV green card who is experienced, who can do the installation, and the rest, it's just the guys from the streets to do the installation. So the demand when it comes to installers, it's not following the upper trajectory, but it's like downwards. So you guys should start exploring other career opportunities within solar renewable space for the ones that can give you a sustainable growth and future. Like, for example, within O&M or a design, you know. So when it comes to an installer, what you need to do is to make sure that your profile, when it comes to installation, you keep track of the sites that you do installations at, and also the company that you work for, blah, blah, blah. Now we're going back to the CV so that you can put them as work experience, and so forth. But from my side, I would encourage the youth to start looking into other career paths that will most definitely give them a sustainable job in the future. Also, they should start looking at data analysis. You know, if you don't need a degree in data analysis, all you need to do is to know how to analyze data using Excel and so forth. And companies out there are actually looking for data analysts. Even Journey2Green. Luckily the team that I got from Nepo, I trained them and they are doing that and they're doing a brilliant job. So even though they came in as green card holders, but they are not utilizing them, you know. And this is a true picture that I'm trying to paint out there, that actually to be an installer, it's not the next big thing, because other companies out there, they are doing things differently. They get one installer who is experienced and they get 5 guys who are standing by the streets to do the installation. You will never find a team on site where each and every one of them has a green card installer, you know. So our youth, they're still young, they are energetic, they have fresh minds, they can start learning tools like the AI tools, the Excel, you know, doing like AI stuff, you know, technology tools. If they can focus on that, trust me, they stand a better chance of securing a job that is sustainable, you know. So yeah, I'm not sure if I've answered. Was it Tenjiwe?
It was Cynthia, but yes.
Yeah, Cynthia. Yeah. So Cynthia, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying being an installer, there's something wrong with it, but me having that inside experience and being able to see like where this renewable energy thing is going, I'm sharing the insights. You know, you will never get this
But do you think
elsewhere.
they needed?
So yeah, let me share this screen. You will see what our team is doing. The team that we got from Nepo. Sorry, I want to show you what the team is doing.
You can share your screen, George.
Yeah, I'm about to share the screen.
All right, okay, cool.
Okay. So this is the O&M team. So this is O&M control center. We have more than 40 sites, right? So we need to monitor them. If, for example, the inverter is down, the monitoring team will be able to pick it up, you know. Then we send a support team to a specific site to resolve that issue, you know. So like I was saying in my answer that I gave to Cynthia, these ladies, when they came to Journey2Green, they came in as PV green card holders, but they never went to site to install panels. But they did, as part of their practicals and all that, they did go to site and see how panels are being installed and so forth. But the team, since being young and energetic, they can do better. You know, the technical tools that they can use, you know, to do better jobs, you know, like data analysis, monitoring, analyzing data, checking system performance, whether the system is no longer producing enough. And if the system is not producing enough, then they come and tell me, no, George, the system is not producing enough because the panels are dirty. Maybe we need to go wash them. That is very important and useful responsibility that they've assumed, you know. So this is the team, the monitoring team. what they do is to monitor our sites. You know, it's an office-based position. Okay, so they also do go to sites. For example, if they pick up that the inverter is down, sometimes they go with the technical team to site to see that, oh, on the monitoring side, I saw the system down. I want to see it physically. What is it on site, you know? So they go to site, you know, so they get both exposure, you know, being at the office and also being at the site, you know? So then this is data analysis. Like I was saying, you don't need a degree for data analysis, but if you can watch videos on YouTube and enroll for these free online courses that teaches you how to analyze data, trust me, there are a lot of companies out there that are looking for data analysts in the renewable energy space. Okay, so I have an engineer and some okay, then the other guy is not an engineer, he just has data analysis skills and is doing a brilliant job. Okay, so skills like this are needed in the renewable energy space, and most of the youth in the renewable energy space, they want to come in as installers, and the market can absorb everyone because, like I said in the beginning, companies are not willing to pay qualified installers. If they can pay one, they're more than they're more than happy to do that and pay unskilled laborers that they can pick up at builders or wherever, you know. So data analysis it's another skill that it's needed in the renewable energy space. And like I said, you can train yourself by playing around with Excel and watching videos on YouTube and enrolling for those free online courses. Then our team, the maintenance team, when they go on site, obviously they use advanced technology devices to scan for hotspots and all that, you know. So, okay, this is the maintenance team, nothing hectic there. Then this one is interesting because you are using a drone. Okay, a drone, you fly a drone so that you can get the thermal view of your installation. You can pick up hotspots, you can pick up dead panels and so forth. So these are the technologies that we use, and we need people with skills on how to use these technologies. So if I'm sitting there, I'm a youth and I want to be employed, I would start looking at these things. Then when you put your skills and experience on the CV, you mention these things that you can operate a drone, you can do data analysis and analyze energy performance of a system. Trust me, you will stand out from the rest. So if I can give you an example, just mention skills that are also relevant to the job that you're applying. I saw, I'll give an example, Akim from Nepoworx. When I had to appoint the 6 interns, I saw on Akim a CV, he mentioned that he's also good in software engineering. And I was like, this is what I need because O&M, I'm all about introducing technology. So I want someone with software skills, you know? So these things are very important. Don't just put your one skill and say, yeah, and hope for the best. You must put relevant skills that goes with that position. Because sometimes you would find that an employer is looking for an installer, but at the same time, they also need someone to do something else, but they didn't put up the post. So if you put those things, they might take you for what they have not advertised, you know. So don't limit yourself. Just put your skills that are relevant to what you're applying for on that CV. Then you stand a better chance to be called for an interview. So yeah.
Oh. Thank you so much, George. Thank you, everyone. Thanks again for joining us. We are gonna allow you guys to put your cameras on in just a short second. So if you can, then we'll just take a picture. But following all of this, we'll send a survey to you guys that you guys will need to fill just to obviously get a feel of how this webinar went for you, but as well as ensuring that we, sort of like optimize you guys get the best out of the situation, and then we also then provide more information in terms of what the next steps look like, just also in terms of the mentorship for you guys to be able to be mentored by George. Thank you for putting your cameras on. Susi will be doing the screenshot of the image. Hi to the Journey2Green group. I see Lesego, Tenji, Akim. Hi guys, thank you for joining. All right, okay. So we're gonna take a picture or screenshot shortly. Thanks again for joining us. And then yeah, I told you guys about the next step. So we will be sending you guys the survey, and you guys can also contact us for any other questions that you have. That's it. That's it. Thank you for joining us. Thanks, everyone. Keep in touch, stay in touch, follow our social media pages. Follow us. Hi, listen. Please follow us on social media pages. Before Lucifer finishes speaking, please follow our social media pages because we put a lot of information on there. So it's Nepoworx on Facebook, LinkedIn, and TikTok, YouTube. Watch our podcast, Nepo Exchange, as well. We share a lot of nuggets on there as well. So yeah, do follow us. Thanks, guys. Thanks, everyone. Bye.
Bye.